Health Sports Park. Welcome to the 405 Derby as LA Galaxy 2 is home to the defending champions, Orange County Soccer Club. Hello again and welcome. Joe Tutino here alongside Christian Miles. Glad to have you aboard for this one. Galaxy 2 looking to improve upon their 6th position in the Western Conference. Orange County, Christian, in the cellar right now. Incredible.
What a difference a year can make, Joe. Orange County SC 1 year ago, of course, the Kings of USL Championship, now on a 4-match winless run and propping up the bottom of the table. Opposite side of the coin right now for LA Galaxy 2, a team that's really found purpose. Milan Olaski is going to be a player that they're going to have to be reckoned with. He's really pulling the creative strings. He's banging in the goals. He's been one of the rays of light and a bright spot in attack. He'll play just underneath, and a guy very well acquainted with this fixture and football here in Southern California.
And Galaxy 2 led by, of course, number 31.
Preston Judd coming back from suspension, and boy, what a run of form he was on before missing out on last week's 4-2 loss away to Colorado Springs. Something has changed for Preston Judd. He was challenged by his manager. He's running the channels, but he can score in so many different ways. He's becoming a very complete striker who's hitting form at the right time with 9 goals in his last 7 appearances.
Playing very well. Galaxy 2 is 3-2 in their last 5 games. Orange County Soccer Club only 1-2 in their last 5. Galaxy 2 coming in 6th place in the Western Conference. They have their arrows pointing up, although they'll try to rebound from their last time out, which was a loss. Orange County trying to build upon their last game, which was a tie. Still very surprising to see where they are right now in the standings. A lot of former MLS names on this Orange County roster, and a sense of urgency certainly has to be on their shoulders. And for the young Galaxy members, an opportunity here for 3 points tonight at home. It is LA Galaxy 2 at home against Orange County Soccer Club. And the first kick is coming up next.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They walk just to show it for you.
And remember, legends never die.
Winning goal! 19th minute! Alvarez trying as long as the goal! Efrain Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history!
SKC, those are good games. Ball played inside, Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Brandon, back to Donovan on his left foot, fires, he scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy. We welcome you back to Dignity Health Sports Park. We are moments away from the start of this one, the 405 Derby. First off, let's take a look at the lineups of the visiting team.
And we'll take a look at the way it shapes up here for Orange County SC and head coach Richard Chaplow. And really not a lot of changes from the team that drew, as you mentioned, against Miami 8 days ago. It's an unchanged back 5 with Shuttler in goal, Skendi and the former U.S. international Michael Orozco in the center of defense. Dylan Powers will sit in behind as that number 6. Kevin Partita comes in for Caningas. And up top, of course, Kubo Torres will partner. Ilaski will play just underneath as Shauna Coley gets to the bench. Eric Kubo Torres, their second top goal scorer, has scored 8 times. He and Olaski have hit the back of the net in total on 20 occasions so far for a team that has had problems with consistent goal scoring.
And for G2, how do they stack up here this evening?
Well, the way it shapes up here for head coach Yohan Deme, it's going to be a change in goal. First start in 3 games for Eric Lopez. It'll be Lamb. It'll be Harvey coming in for the suspended Liam Doyle to partner Jalen Neal, who comes back from suspension himself. Drac at that left back role. Davila comes into that holding position with Remy Cabral to his left and Adrian Gonzalez on the right. And Johnny Perez making just his 2nd appearance at the USL level this year. The red-hot Preston Judd leading the line, and Cameron Dunbar is playing some of the best football of his young career. He's hit form with 4 goals in his last 3 appearances. It's a very talented trio of attackers up front tonight for the hosts.
Galaxy 2 coming out in the all-blue tonight with the white trim. Head coach Yohan Deme in his first season with Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I talked to Yohan earlier this morning. He said, you know, we have got big motivation against a team struggling like OCSC. We need to put our foot on the jugular. We flat out just need to find a way to win. For Richard Chaplow, similar mission right now. Winning is something that they've really had a hard time doing. Just 1 in their last 5. It's a team that had all kinds of upheaval after winning the USL Championship last year. Now trying to assemble something and put some consistency together, but get the confidence going right now. They've got an almighty task tonight against their Southern California rivals.
A bit surprising in their current state, but a lot of recognizable names, and we'll see if they can find their way. And for the Galaxy 2, an opportunity to take advantage for the young Galaxy side. Maybe Preston Judd and Cameron Dunbar and Johnny Perez to connect here this evening. Waiting on our referee's go-ahead. Galaxy 2 will have the ball to start and defend the goal to our right and attack from right to left, as our referee will check his watch. And we are underway. Davila here for G2. Out the near side it comes to Drac. Jalen Neal. We had an incredible performance for the youth national team. Not only did they win the CONCACAF Championship, but also qualified for the Olympic Games. First time since 2008 that the men have qualified. Congratulations to all. Jalen Neal, Marcus Verkranis, and the rest of the U.S. Youth National Team.
Yeah, talk about a big monkey off your back, something that had been haunting the U.S. setup since 2008, as you mentioned, and Jalen Neal just trying to reintegrate himself with his team after missing about 5 games while he was down in Honduras. Came back and was actually sent off against San Diego in that 5-0 romp late on. And it'll be interesting to see how he acquits himself in a partnership with Carlos Harvey, who's deputizing for the suspended captain, Liam Doyle, who misses out. Doyle has been rock solid, has played every single minute this season, so that's a big loss for LA in the heart of that back 4.
Perez gets on this ball. Gonzalez trying to settle, able to turn away from one defender. This one will find its way, well, apparently it stays in play, and Orange County comes out with possession.
CLA really kind of drop into a 4-4-2 in defense with Cabral up there with Judd and Owen Lamb at right back. We've talked about it throughout the season. They like to plug Lamb into his central midfield role when the Galaxy are in possession and create those overloads.
Here's Neal now for Galaxy 2. Back to his goalkeeper, Lopez. Jalen usually playing on the right center back position.
Yeah, a little bit of a tweak, but trying to concede that spot to Harvey. They feel that's where he is the strongest. Harvey kind of proving to be that Swiss Army knife, where they're playing a defensive midfield role or in the heart of central defense.
Good idea here by Lamb, trying to play that one through for Judd. Too much on it. It'll come back to the goalkeeper, Shuttler. He'll collect.
There's no doubt about it. And Yohan Deme said, I've been very pleased with the performances. They did lose the last time out, but that ended a 3-match winning run where they were just banging in goals for fun. About 11 goals in those previous 3 games, and something has clicked with this team. It's finding its understanding and its identity.
Here's Cabral now for Galaxy 2. He's got Gonzalez on his right. He'll find him. Gonzalez able to get the cross away. The header to goal. Score! 1-0 in favor of Galaxy 2. Johnny Perez will get the assist on this one. And it didn't take long. Inside 4 minutes of play, Galaxy 2 gets on the scoreboard.
A man who is red hot, who can do no wrong, a true center forward's goal, and make it 10 in his last 8 appearances. And the quality of this delivery, a drop of the shoulder, boom, goes right past the defender, just sets it up. And Preston Judd goes and gets it and bangs it home. No one picks him up. It's a dream start here for the Galaxy, 3.5 minutes in, and you couldn't have scripted it any better. And who else but Preston Judd on the score sheet for the 12th time this season.
Did not take long as we continue now with Orange County having the ball off the kickoff. Good pressure here by Galaxy 2. It'll come back to Skendi. He'll play it on long towards the near side. Drac is there for Galaxy 2, back towards the stripe. Drac goes down hard here on the near side. That'll be a foul and a free kick for Galaxy 2. And
a meaty challenge there between Drac and Ian Hoffman. German-American playing on the right-hand side of the protest here from Johan Demey. He's pleading his case to the referee. Another look at it. Comes in. Just collides. That time with Dylan Powers.
Former MLS player.
Joe, it's a kind of a theme that you mentioned. And not only Powers, you see Michael Orozco's numerous caps of the U.S. men's national team. Success down south of the border in Liga MX.
Yeah, this roster seems to be dotted with a lot of former MLSers. So again, it surprises me that they're having such a difficult time this season.
And it is really an eyebrow raiser, especially at this juncture of the campaign. Tough to make that transition. They always say the hardest thing to do, even harder than winning a title, is defending it, and that's proven that old credo to be true.
Good build out here for Galaxy 2 as they get past this press, and ahead it comes to Cameron Dunbar. Broken up. But nice job by Josh Drac breaking that press and getting that ball beyond the midfield stripe. Preston Judd almost taking the ball away from Skendi and making it very difficult on him. Here's the turnover. Dunbar into center. This time Johnny Perez on his right foot. His shot is blocked. It'll come out to Owen Lamb. Good start here for the home side. Lamb once again. Perez, and back out it goes to Gonzalez. Davila. Here's Cabral. Could have been a bit better with that pass. Foul and a free kick, but then again, this is not a bad foul here from Jalen Neal. It stops them in their tracks, allows for Galaxy 2 to reset.
It allows them to recalibrate after a high press here. And I was going to mention, you know, we've seen the goal-scoring exploits and the praise justifiably delivered to Preston Judd, but what I like from that moment out of possession, his willingness to close down and press from the front, and that's part of the way he's been challenged. He's doing those other things that he needs to do that is required as part of the collective of this team that we didn't see perhaps like 2 or 3 months ago. It's part of the constant evolution, who I believe, of a player that has a bright future ahead and a place at the top level in Major League Soccer eventually.
Lopez will collect this at the top of his penalty area. Can I add a little icing on the top of that cake there? What I liked about that goal was the run to the byline by Johnny Perez all the way to the end line, and then got the cross away for the layup header about 3 yards out.
Well, when you're missing Michael Salazar, it's nice to bring in the likes of Johnny Perez, who's a handful of appearances at the MLS level, no doubt about his quality.
The ball into the channel here for Judd. Watch there by Skendi. Good handful of the jersey there, and goal kick. A little bit surprising on that one. Both the AR and the referee were right on the call, though, so no foul.
He's up for it. Preston Judd running out that back shoulder, running those running through those channels, rather. Another look at it here. Just gets tangled up. Good positioning from Skendi, who came out across. A little tug of that top.
Well, in
Clear foul.
Any other sport, that's a foul.
Clear foul.
Goal kick here. 1-0 in favor of Galaxy 2. Early moments. Preston Judd finding the back of the net from Jonathan Perez. Shuttler towards the near side. Davila gets on the first ball. This will be a foul against Taylor. Forearm to the back there of Skendi. Peterson will let go of this one. Here's Hoffman. Working around the top for their own defensive third, and that's Galaxy 2 doing a good job of not letting them get forward. A lot of lateral movement around their own defense. Gives them an opportunity for turnovers, so they'll try to work on through here. This is better. Rocha taking it right down the middle of the park. A nice job by Carlos Harvey breaking things up. Neal to clean it up. Ahead it goes to Davila. Out the near side, Drac. A lot of space here for Galaxy 2. Davila, ahead it comes to Gonzalez. He's got Perez to his right. Judd along with him. It'll come out to Perez. Gets the cross away once again. A little bit too much and behind at Dunbar.
Real frenetic start for both of these two. Space really in abundance right now. Orange County just having problems settling in here against this aggressive press that has come out from the get-go. You know, similar positive start we saw against Colorado Springs. And, you know, those 2 goals that they did concede in the first half coming really by way of kind of individual errors. It wasn't a systematic type of letdown. It was more of a situation of losing concentration, and that's what the Galaxy are just trying to eliminate. They've come out with concerted attacking pressure, trying to make it difficult play out of the back and pin them in.
Rocha again out the left side this time as they'll try to get some numbers forward. Owen Lamb defending the play on the far side. Good cut in towards center here. Pardita again on the left wing, it'll go. The one-time cross towards center. Jalen Neal will knock it out. Corner kick, first one of the night by either side.
Better, quicker play here from Orange County to be applauded. Get out, get that nice exit ball through center midfield and get it out wide. Play one touch. Force that awkward clearance from Jalen Neal. Let's see Orange County with a golden opportunity to put it back on level terms, and they'll bring up that heavy artillery in the likes of that central defensive partnership of Skendi and Orozco.
This right-footed ball is going to bend in towards goal. They'll play it short post. Foul in the area. Free kick for the Galaxy. As players went down there. This foul called against Michael Orozco.
Just bundled over Preston Judd, who dropped back.
Short restart will come out to Neal and out to the near side for Drac. Again, Jalen Neal. High press here from Orange County. Now Lopez. Knocks towards Preston Judd. Skendi gets on the ball. Good job by Gonzalez to settle back for Lamb. And G2 will come out with possession. Davila. Ahead it comes to Cabral. This looks promising. Could have been better on that pass. You got to get that one through, and Dunbar's on his way. This will be cleared over the near side touch. It'll be a throw-in for G2. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Here's Drac. Able to get through the defender this time. Cut back opportunity was a good idea. Gonzalez to keep it alive. This will be a foul against Galaxy 2. And a yellow card.
Just came in and continued his run. Adrian Gonzalez in. Took out the Orange County player who'd won it back. Another look at it. Good play initially down this left-hand side from Drac and made a deep penetrating run. Gonzalez skips past the challenge, leaves that leg out and just clattering into him. He pleads his case saying, hey, this is exactly what we sustained on the other end, but the referee not seeing it as such. So Gonzalez, of course, booked for the second time this season.
That the fact that he said, hey, I got to the ball. It was on the follow-through where that collision happened. Skendi will take the free kick. He'll let go for his goalkeeper, Shuttler. Peterson. Here's Powers, able to knock it ahead. Drac cuts that one off. It'll be a throw-in.
Galaxy looking very lively off the ball without it. Coming out, pressing in unison, keeping their shape. And all 11 have to be on this, all 10 outfield players have to be on the same page for that to work effectively. It looks as though they're in full congruence, full unity with each other so far.
Well, they stayed consistent throughout the start of the season where things didn't look all that promising for G2, but they've come together here as the season tilted toward the summertime. And they're very good. A 5-0 win on the road at San Diego. I had a chance to watch that one. That was impressive. And to win there is a difficult place to do so.
Really turned things around, really, since that Memorial Day weekend. And they drew here against San Diego. Loyal came back a week later and got that win over Rio Grande Valley. Suffered a setback against Colorado Springs, but on a 3-game tear before that loss in Colorado last weekend. Consistency had been lacking, but something has clicked with this team. They bought into the system here, and it's, you know, credited to execution is what Yohan Tamé told me, and a better understanding. And it's proving itself on the pitch.
Here's Davila. Lamb under some pressure, able to find Cabral here. Slide tackle and a foul, free kick. Rocha call for the foul there.
That's one, and the referee will take note. Another look at it. Comes in from behind here. Good play from Lamb initially. Heavy on that touch as Cabral tries to turn. Just comes in. Fortunate he didn't say yellow on that. Clearing out the Frenchman.
Owen Lamb. A little late recognizing the run from Perez. It'll come on back to Harvey. Switches on over to Drac.
And what will you get with Harvey and Jalen Neal out of the back, and that partnership is very good distribution. We know how good Jalen Neal can be on the ball. He's got a composure beyond his years, but Harvey more acclimated to play in that defensive midfield role and play those balls out from the back. Really a good way for the Galaxy to use it as a platform to launch their attacks.
Kubo Torres on the touch. It'll come on through. Galaxy 2 have it again. Cabral. Back it goes to Neal. Davila. 3 defenders around him. He'll go over the top this trying to find Dunbar. Hoffman able to get on the end of it. Peterson. Dylan Powers. Nowhere to really go. Able to play it ahead. Here's Torres checking back. Plays it on the left side. Lamb defending. The cross down low. Harvey clears it out. Another corner kick.
Yeah, that's where Orange County have excelled here, and it's been their most positive moments here in the first quarter of an hour or so when they break that midfield line, able to get it out wide. You know, whether it's Villanueva popping up or anybody like Partita, able to make themselves available and play that quickly in. It's put Galaxy back line under pressure. It's earned another corner.
And this is where Orange County is going to feel they have their best opportunity here, especially in the first half, is set plays. In the run of play, it hasn't worked out their way. Here's the cross into the area, the attempted header, and a foul call. This player is in blue, all down in the 6-yard box. Harvey, it seems, is down.
And Harvey really took, he was a little reckless, it appeared, on that run from Albie Skendi. He came in and got over the back of the Panamanian. It's an aggressive run here. They bring up Orozco, and Skendi is coming and clattering in.
A left knee to the chest, my goodness.
Really can't argue against that call. Pretty obvious, as obvious as they get.
Here's Cabral on the near side as play continues. You'll find Dunbar this time around. Cameron getting away from one defender, cuts it on back, squares it on over. Perez. Back to Davila. Again, Drac. This good sequence of possession here for Galaxy 2. They're moving Orange County around.
Yeah, it's at a good tempo, Joe. They're playing it quick, not dwelling on it. trying to pull those two banks of four out and find those gaps and spaces in between.
Just that move back in the midfield, the way they did it, showed some maturity from this club. Early in the season, they probably would have pressed a little harder and exposed themselves. Dunbar will take the shot from distance over the bar and out of play, and they finished the sequence. It didn't go on goal, they didn't score a goal, but they finished the sequence, and they can get themselves back into a defensive posture.
If you had to really compare and contrast as we take a look at this here, it opened up nicely. Good hold-up play from Judd. Nothing wrong with this. A half chance and a player that's on form and feeling that confidence like Cameron Dunbar. You can't blame him for having a go, but it's a team that at times was ponderous and lost within the system. Now it's working in conjunction with each other, covering for each other, making those runs. It's that movement off the ball that's looking so much sharper, that increases that tempo. It makes things so difficult for opposing teams to defend.
Here's Drack now for the Galaxy. Ahead it goes to Dunbar. Jalen Neal squares it on over to Harvey. Owen Lamb in a bit of trouble. Perez tries to help him out. It'll come on through. Back the other way now. Villanueva. And a delay foul called against the Galaxy here and a free kick.
Yeah, a little too handsy that time from Perez, who is providing good cover for Lamb, who was caught out just a little bit after being caught in possession himself. And once again, more of that joy, the better moments coming on that left-hand side when Villanueva is able to bomb forward from that left back roll.
They'll line up at the top of the area here with this long restart. Towards the back side of the box it goes. The flag goes up and offside. Possession back to Galaxy 2.
And one thing I'm sure they want to eliminate, too many fouls in and around the penalty area. Don't want to present those dead balls opportunities. A couple of corner kicks. Defended it well subsequently. Interesting, too, to see the likes of Gonzalez and Remy Cabral able to play a little bit higher with Davila in that lone role as a number 6. Such a good point of distribution.
This is a bit of a dangerous turnover. Here comes Hoffman now. Able to play this one into the area. Davila clears away. Hoffman with the second chance on possession for Orange County. Villanueva. Watched there by Gonzalez. Played out the right. Hoffman one more time. Drack defending. The cross partially blocked by Drack. Davila to clear it out. And this out of harm's way. It'll be a throw-in. Orange County has it again. Powers quickly takes it. Villanueva is there. Gonzalez defending on the play, and back out it goes. Peterson. Again, Powers. Rocha.
That's better. And it's better play, and that's a tribute to the Galaxy closing down that space. This game being played at a real rapid clip.
Well, it looks like the opportunity is coming for a turnover that sends that ball direct into the stride of Preston Judd. It showed itself in the early part of the match, and I think it's going to show itself here again, the way Orange County is playing.
And they're coming out and pressuring just a little higher right now, Orange County, with Kubo Torres and Iloski leading the charge, and Partida chipping in, and then Villanueva, kind of similar to what we're seeing from Lamb at that right back, dropping it into the middle. Similar to what we see from Villanueva coming in from that left-sided role and bolstering things in the center of the park.
Perez running away from Villanueva, able to outlet out the right side. You'll find Gonzalez this time. This is a good build-up for Galaxy 2. The attempted cross is deflected and out, and Galaxy 2 gets their first corner of the evening.
It's great play out of the back. You mentioned Perez running straight at the heart of that defense, getting in behind here, sets it up for Gonzalez, and this is where you want to see him hit that early. Take a touch, hit it, had players available with Judd and Dunbar waiting in the area. Gave the defense just enough time to come back and readjust.
He couldn't line up that cross quickly enough there. Good opportunity here in the set piece. Looking for the second goal on the night. Here's the cross into the area. Jalen Neal couldn't find it. Powers with the clearance. It'll be a throw-in here for Galaxy 2.
Well defended by Orange County. Did just enough and kind of block that run from Jalen Neal, who was starting from a deeper position just at the edge on the visitors' penalty area.
Dunbar trying to shake his defender, Rocha. Back to midfield it'll go. Harvey, he'll reset things. Owen Lamb this time around has some space here to work with. Decides to go right side instead. Again, Lamb. And they'll recycle things one more time. Jalen Neal. Davila out to Drac. Gets away from Rocha. Plays into space. Preston Judd trying to get to this one. Skendi defending. The ball in towards center. Intended for Dunbar. Good work there defensively on the part of Rocha. Gonzalez. It'll come out to Harvey.
A little higher line we're seeing from Orange County, just trying to shrink that field, compress matters a bit.
Here's Cabral. A one-time cross towards the top of the area. Powers with the clearance. Davila able to settle that, but cleared away.
That's okay. And that's what you want to see. When they shrink that field like that, compress the space, hit that long ball, and play to the strengths of a player like Cabral, likes to make those runs in behind. It makes that line have to just think about pressing higher. Puts that little bit of doubt in their mind.
I don't think Orange County is going to win in a foot race here with those players bombing forward. Here's Perez this time. Villanueva trying to get back. The attempted cross blocked. Another corner kick, though, on that slide tackle. Somewhat of an emergency defending move on the part of Villanueva.
Villanueva, the kid from Lancaster, by way of the Seattle Sounders organization, has found a home back here in Southern California. It was a nice recovery. They call recovery speed. And he really has his handful. That's going to be a fascinating battle. We've seen the attacking instincts here from Villanueva early on, getting involved in the final third, showing off his pace defensively without the ball, and big cover, a big assignment, trying to take on the likes of Johnny Perez.
Here's Cabral, 26th minute, 1-0 in favor of Galaxy 2. The short corner. Played on in on the second ball from Davila, cleared away. Drac now for Galaxy 2. Again, Owen Lamb. Taylor Davila once again. Turn away from his defender in Hoffman. Pretty composed here for G2 at the moment. Harvey back to Neal. This time Drac, a lot of space on the near side here. He'll take it up, he's got Cabral. Just have to combine a bit to get beyond the line. Owen Lamb. Perez. It's good possession here, Christian.
Good possession. Foot, the pace taken off just a little bit right now. Not surprised, just trying to settle in things, control, dictate. Don't squander your opportunities.
Drac made something out of that one. He'll find Cabral. Skendi slides on over. Cabral battling. Skendi wins it and able to clear it on out. Good job by Taylor Davila. Again, closing the potential counter.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Davila tonight. And not only his distribution, but this is the space that's been afforded to Drac, and he's been able to attack it. He's recognized that. Does his defender with that touch right past Hoffman. Opens it up and puts the defense on its back foot. And attack that space, and they seem to have left a big gap here on this right-hand side, whether it be the likes of Rocha or Hoffman bombing a little too far off. Presented all kinds of opportunities for Drac to make those penetrating runs.
Here's Neal.
And we'll see Partita kind of drop into this right-hand side with Hoffman.
Davila. Cubo Torres is pressing by himself. He's not getting the support when he does press against the Galaxy defenders. And that's going to be a problem for Orange County as the night progresses if they can't fix that.
It only works, as we mentioned, on the Galaxy's behalf. When all players are in
Right.
unison, they stay compact and work as a group, work as a whole.
Cabral is offside on this one.
Doubt about it. Another player that's really kind of blossomed here this summer. They've turned that corner since the Memorial Day weekend. Remy Cabral kind of playing underneath Preston Judd, also able to drift in from the left-hand side. Playing with a lot of confidence right now, too.
Well, they seem to find a good pocket where Remy hangs out on the left side, and when that happens, his burst of speed, when he bolts on forward, it makes trouble for the opposing team. He hasn't had that much room yet this evening. This should be a foul and a free kick for Galaxy 2. Everything was right outside of that elbow.
Play from Lamb on the ball. Iloski pleading his case. Certainly not much of a case to plead here. Harvey plays it out, puts him under pressure, puts it back, and just shoves that left arm out. Brings down Lamb. Clear foul.
Davila. Harvey. Good run here by Lamb. He'll have it. Able to knock it into space. Perez will run underneath it. Has it now. Watched by Orozco. Cuts it back towards the spot. Looking for Cabral on that late run. And cleared away. Good idea. Played well defensively, though. Credit there to Orange County.
And they've been good in the box, and they've defended well inside their own penalty area. There's a run from Perez. Good alertness from Lamb to play it on that right-hand side. It's a variation in the Galaxy approach. You've seen Lamb drop in the center of midfield, this time playing it down the right, going down that line, and Perez has really gotten in behind that pocket of space, similar to what we've seen from Drac on the left. It's been asking the questions.
Oh, G2 seems to be taking advantage of Orange County's unwillingness to be fluid. They want to stay in their blocks and try to contain Galaxy 2 in that block of their style. And that opens up opportunities to run off of that.
Yeah, almost dropping into a 5-4-1 out of possession, Orange County. Peterson just trying to plug some holes at the back in the center of the park. They hold their shape well. The Galaxy have been really good tonight at breaking lines. A lot of it starting that initial ball to the back from Taylor Davila.
See, but they're not quartering off the field like they'd like to. As the Galaxy 2 break out here onto the right side, it goes to Perez. Again, Villanueva defending on the play. Able to play at top of the area. Cabral back for the continuing run for Perez, but it's off the mark. Powers. This one will come out to Partida, able to get it on forward. Torres out to the right side for Hoffman. Plenty of men in blue back for G2. Powers again will knock this one back to Peterson at the stripe. Skendi. Orozco. And Tony Rocha is there.
And this is where they really could use a good spell. Just settle into a rhythm, establish some possession.
Good ball ahead here, but G2 has the numbers back. Iloski will settle, has it now, onto his left foot, able to send in Torres on his left foot, fires away, and we have a tie game. And just like that, Orange County finds the scoreboard. 1-1, and everything is brand new.
This is just brilliant play, breaking lines. Milan Iloski just finding a space in between, reverses it in. The first touch sets up Torres really well, puts it back across against the grain, beats the keeper, Kubo Torres. 9 goals on the season. That experience really paying off for the visitors.
Got G2 napping, especially in the middle of the park with that space for Iloski. Once he had so much space and they tried to close him down, that opened up the opportunity for Torres to get beyond.
I almost thought Iloski was going to go for goal himself with that left foot, and considering the form that he is in, he's second top goal scorer in this league. Going to put it past him and couldn't have faulted him for it, but wonderfully set up. And as a result, Iloski grabbing his 4th helper of the season.
Free kick here for Galaxy 2. Hey, the inaugural Summer Showcase is coming to ESPN2 on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. A celebration of soccer culminating in a high-profile clash between championship powerhouses Louisville City FC and Phoenix Rising FC. Wednesday night as we continue here. Here's Perez. Villanueva defending. Puts it back onto his left foot. Cabral this time around. See how Galaxy 2 responds here. They've been controlling the tempo of this game. You can say that the goal came against the run of play, but it is 1-1, and that's all that matters.
He's caught against the grain, you know, on that counter-attack. Credit the patience, and, you know, you were talking about this experience, and that's what we see with this team. And this team actually has about an average age, about 3 years more than this very young Galaxy group. It really paid off. They broke those lines, and just a wonderful piece of skill from Iloski, and a nice, tidy finish from Cubo Torres. Looking at the Cubo Torres of old that we saw down in Chivas, and both in Guadalajara and Chivas USA back in the day.
Partida this time. Hoffman making the run. He's got Torres also. Hoffman on the right side. Torres onto his right foot, back to his left, gets the shot away. It's blocked. Villanueva turns it towards goal off of Iloski. It'll come on loose and kept alive. Another cross in. Neal able to clear this away. And G2 against the ropes at the moment. Cabral plays it out to Davila. Drac able to get this on forward to Gonzalez. This looks better for Galaxy 2. He needs to get this ball off his foot. Closed down by Dylan Powers. He had Dunbar, and Powers did well to slow down the attack.
Yeah, he did really well. Dunbar is absolutely furious. He's screaming at Gonzalez, play me, and that ball should have been played just a fraction earlier. He was in behind and would have been face up against the center back, who he fancies his chances against the likes of the bigger, stronger, yet much slower Albi Skendi.
That ball needed to go into space and allow for Dunbar to make that run. Drac with the throw here. Dunbar wiped out by Torres. That's a foul.
Temperature's kind of heating up, and that's going to be Cubo Torres getting the booking. His first of the season, just clattering in. He likes the tricky live wire here. Cameron Dunbar. You know, I have no issue with that being a foul whatsoever. Clearly clatters into it. He's a bit clumsy there from an experienced player like Torres. He has over a century of appearances in MLS.
You forgot to mention the other team he played for, the Houston Dynamo.
Absolutely. Kind of an unsuccessful stint with Atlanta United as well last term. He talked about the temperature heating up, and Preston Judd incredulous as he was absolutely manhandled by Skendi, the big Albanian.
We'll see how that goes. It's twice now. I'm not sure that was a foul, but the first time around outside the area with a handful of jersey, that should have been a foul. Here's Hoffman now as we go back to live action. It comes back out. Partida, right corner of the area, looking towards the back post, tries to place it on through. Neal able to clear it on out, and Gonzalez is held up, and here comes the other yellow card, Tony Rocha this time.
You know, those long diagonals, whether it be on the left, this time to the right, sets it up, lunging. Neal makes the clearance, and Rocha just coming up and over the back. And this is more for persistent infringement, because we saw it moments ago, probably about 5 minutes ago, with Rocha with a tackle that perhaps he was very lucky he wasn't booked. Referee monitoring the situation, and that one more of a culmination of fouls rather than the specific foul in that instance.
So here's Harvey now for Galaxy 2. We are tied at 1. G2 scoring inside 3 minutes of play. Orange County evening things up moments ago.
Credit Orange County, good character from them. Didn't get their heads down. Kind of solve some of the problems that Galaxy have provided. And another adventurous run here from Drac.
Slaloming his way through, and he got himself a good free kick here.
It's one thing you being close to this organization, we know that Drac, as well as Owen Lamb, not natural fullbacks and natural wingers, and kind of reverting to those attacking instincts. It's kind of what you expect from a modern-day fullback in the modern-day game, and they're able to utilize it to very good effect. Drac, adventurous, puts it on that left, shimmies past one, and just caught from behind there by Partita.
It's a good opportunity here. Davila and Lamb stand over it. Lamb knocking towards the back post. The header there on the part of Harvey is saved, and it's pushed wide with the near post and out. Corner kick. In the meantime, the goalkeeper, Shuttler, is down. Maybe a collision there with that left post.
Yeah, he did. It's a great ball from Owen Lamb to put it in here. Served it up nicely, and Harvey just goes out and gets it. Couldn't get enough power behind it. Good coverage. Shuttler covering up really well at that near post. Nevertheless, Galaxy looking very dangerous on these set pieces. You saw Neal coming in earlier on that corner. They'll bring him up forward along with his partner, Carlos Harvey.
Last time around they went short. This time, here's the cross into the area, knocked away by Torres. Throwing.
Not the best of deliveries there from Davila. Perhaps the first foot he's put wrong this evening.
Lamb, Perez in some trouble. Again, Lamb, tight quarters here, and Galaxy 2 cannot win possession. Villanueva able to lift towards midfield. Torres able to square this one out into center. Finds Rocha, puts on the brakes for the moment. Iloski. Powers. And out towards the near side, Peterson. Good job by Davila, slowed that down, but Powers again recovers well. Rocha taken off the ball by Gonzalez. Lamb able to go on forward. Perez is brought down. A Roscoe whistle for that foul, free kick. One thing about Orange County they've been able to do here over the last 10 minutes or so, they're closing, they're compressing the space much more when a Galaxy player is on possession. So that ball needs to move a little more quickly from the Galaxy players.
Galaxy try to get back to, Joe, what they were doing earlier. To your point, they've also won those individual duels here. There's 50-50 challenges. They're getting much better, getting more stuck in behind the Galaxy, that space, kind of slowing the tempo.
Here's Iloski. He'll knock towards the near side. Hoffman is there. Inside 41 minutes of play. Hoffman trying to turn away from Drac, who does well. Dunbar, another foul. Here comes another card. Partita picks up the card. And our referee is dealing on this night.
Came away from the ball here, and not quite sure as to what transpired. I think perhaps Partita might have just left that in, got the better of Dunbar. Perhaps in the end, a wise decision made with the Galaxy with so much pace. Here's Drac doing really well initially, and Partita just continuing the challenge. Really clumsy from Partita. Didn't attempt to pull out of it whatsoever. And the way the ref is calling these tonight, not surprised that it's resulted in the third booking for Orange County SC.
Owen Lamb. This one just knocked towards the other side. Shuttler will collect. Skendi. He'll get it right back. Orozco this time around. He'll launch long. Harvey. Those type of passes look like fatigue for me. The offside flag went up, but the Galaxy comes out with possession. And we continue. Drac. Back to Jalen Neal. Davila this time around, turns away from Partita. Drac is wide open here. That needed to be a little quicker on the part of Galaxy 2.
The space is affording itself. Recognize those opportunities, something that Orange County, to their credit, has done really well, attacking those spaces in behind the opposing fullbacks. It's kind of been the key to their success in the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Here's Jalen Neal. They'll keep possession. They'll be comfortable on the ball.
But Orange County has really plugged these holes. Their spacing is much better.
Now, if we're talking about yellow cards, how is that not a yellow card?
This is a really dangerous challenge for Partida to make. He was just booked 2 minutes ago. Comes in full-blooded here, carrying that yellow card. Slippery character in Remy Cabral. No doubt about the foul. And Rocha, rather.
And he's on a yellow card as well, is he not?
Absolutely, carrying that yellow.
So we'll see exactly what our referee decides to do here, because he's dealt a few yellows already. And as this game becomes what looks to be a little bit more physical as it goes on throughout this evening, here's another yellow card. Will he pull out a second yellow, or is this the get out of jail free card for a lot of players?
Yeah, it's a good point. I like the Monopoly reference, but yeah, it's got a petulant air to it. And this is just a needless challenge. Again, immaturity. Just grabs him, clearly beaten. Foolish challenge in my estimation from Hoffman, who doesn't need to do that. Players were set enough behind it. Needless booking, 4 already. About 3 or 4 in the last 4 or 5 minutes. But you're right, Joe, it's building to that type of moment, and very well could see one of these two teams go down to 10 men by the time we hit 90 minutes.
Davila, he'll find Drac. Ahead it goes to Dunbar. Watch there by Hoffman. Puts on the brakes, gets away from a second player in Partida, squares it back on in. Davila to the right side, Perez is there. Watched by Villanueva. Johnny Perez on his right foot this time along the end line, gets the cross away. Too much on it. It'll be cleared on out. Foul and a free kick. Just need to be careful there. That was no need for that foul there on the part of Remy Cabral.
Was also, too, the really disapproval of this Orange County team saying, look, we were away. We could have played advantage here. And I think that's what Richard Chaplow is pleading to the referee and the fourth official here. Cabral clearly in behind.
1 minute of stoppage time. Hey, the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals on the USL and ESPN2 as it continues. Orange County SC, this club, looks for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC. That's on Sunday, September the 18th. That'll be 5 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. And that'll be nice and warm in September. Although as of tonight, we're having an extended version of June gloom in the Southland. Here in July.
You know you're a true Californian when you're saying it's a little chilly and gloomy when temperatures in their 80s.
Yeah, well, here's a good ball here from Hoffman in towards the spot, cleared away. Dunbar will knock away to the far side. He'll find Perez. One last opportunity before the break. Villanueva defending and doing a good job. It'll come out to Dunbar, has a clean look at goal, goes to the back post, it's blocked. Drac to keep it alive. Again, Dunbar on his right foot, sends it into the area. Second ball will settle down for Judd, who tries to play it on through. Now Davila with another opportunity here. Blocked on the first chance to keep it alive on the second. The referee will point to midfield, and that'll be the end of a very physical first half here, and a 1-1 tie going to the locker room in a game where I thought the way it opened up was an opportunity for the Galaxy to put up a couple before the break.
Yeah, they started really, really well. We're dictating the pace, dictating the tempo, playing at a high clip. Credit to Orange County, who bedded in, clogged those passing lanes, and really able to hit the Galaxy on the counterattack, getting in behind, finding space, whether it's Villanueva wide on the left-hand side or space down the right. This has the makings of a very, very interesting second half.
A lot of discussions with our referee as he leaves the field, and the players head to the locker room here. It is Galaxy 2 and Orange County SC tied at a goal apiece. Halftime is coming up next.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They walk just to show it for you.
And remember, legends never die.
Hernandez, winning goal. 90th minute. Alvarez trying his luck at the goal. Efrain Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history.
Galaxy. Those are good games. Ball played inside. Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Landon. Back to Donovan on his left foot. Fires. He scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Trying to take down their rival. The legend has done it again here in Sacramento. He's turned the whole game around.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Halftime here at Dignity Health Sports Park has been full of yellow cards, but right now, let's take a look at the standings here and where we set off. The Galaxy 2 coming in 6th place in the Western Conference, and Orange County Soccer Club is all the way at the bottom on the other side of the page right now, which is really surprising. Not a bad team, obviously, in their play, but unfortunately the results have not gone their way.
Yeah, we look at the Galaxy and a chance to really put themselves in the upper echelons right now in a game that they said they didn't have any lack of motivation for, but when you play a team, as we look at this table and the way it sets up, we will see Orange County at the bottom propping up everybody else. The Galaxy expect this win. Of course, they've done pretty well, unbeaten in their last 2 here on home soil, but just need to clip up that tempo and get a little bit better and put some more distance. Remember that playoff line just under number 7 Sacramento Republic, and you see how tight it is all the way down from about spots 5 through 9.
And they have an opportunity to push themselves into 4th place tonight, pending results. Taking a look at some of the scores around the USL Championship on this evening.
San Antonio 1-0 late on. Looks as though they're heading to victory. Away to El Paso. Full-time score, Detroit City and New Mexico United sharing the points. San Diego up 2-1 with about a half an hour remaining. In Las Vegas Lights with a goal from Danny Trejo 8 minutes after the restart, 1-0, but still some football to be played up in NorCal.
Storylines from around the USL and the LA Galaxy world. Cameron Dunbar has recorded a career-high 7 goals and 3 assists in 20 appearances for G2 this season. Had a nice start here tonight. We'll see how that goes. Speaking of nice starts, Preston Judd has tallied 28 goals and 6 assists. Let's make that 29 goals now in 50 career games played for Los Dos. And continuing their run of form at home, LA is 6-2-1 in their last 9 games at Dignity Health Sports Park and looking to make that 7-2-1. Right now, though, it is 1-1 between these 405 rivals, LA Galaxy 2 and Orange County SC. And more of halftime is coming up right after these words.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They walk just to show it for you.
And remember, legends never die.
Winning goal. 19th minute. Alvarez trying and looking the goal. Efrain Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history.
SKC, those are good games. Ball played inside, Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Landon, back to Donovan on his left foot, fires, he scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy.
Entertaining first half between these two clubs, but only one goal on the board for each side. A very physical match. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it really started well for LA Galaxy too. Johnny Perez, what an injection of quality, sets the table perfectly for Preston Judd. 10 goals in 8, but just that burst of pace to get behind Villanueva. No one picks up Preston Judd. That was about 3.5 minutes in. That kind of space for Preston Judd, a player of his caliber on that type of form, he is going to hit the target 9 times out of 10. But credit Orange County, they plugged the lanes and able to hit on the break. Milan Ilaski sets it up superbly here for Kubo Torres. The reverse ball in, and the pass on the first touch goes askew, but Torres does a good job of tidying up and put it back across the face of goal. And that one coming against the run, but again, where Orange County has looked dangerous, those long diagonal balls out of the back and looking exceptionally lethal on the counter.
They've gotten more and more physical as the night has progressed. 5 yellow cards, 4 of them to Orange County SC. The second half is straight ahead.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They walk just to show it for you.
And remember, legends never die.
Winning goal. 19th minute. Alvarez trying and looking the goal. Efrain Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history.
SKC, those are good games. Ball played inside, Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Landon, back to Donovan on his left foot, fires, he scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy.
Hey, come and enjoy a special match day experience from a galaxy far, far away. Celebrate Star Wars night as your LA Galaxy take on Atlanta United FC. That is tomorrow night at 6:30. Visit lagalaxy.com/Star Wars. Reserve your seat for a very important match for the MLS LA Galaxy. And speaking of calendars, let's take a look at what's coming up next for these clubs.
Yeah, we look at the schedule here and the way it shapes up for Orange County SC. A week of training and then back home down the 405 as they welcome Landon Donovan and San Diego Loyal down to Orange County next Saturday. Then on the 6th, taking on Colorado Springs, at home to Phoenix Rising, as well as Las Vegas Lights. So a good run of 2 weeks, playing 4 consecutive games at home before ending the month in Tampa Bay, a rematch of last year's USL Championship final.
Very important time here for Orange County to maybe salvage their season. And for Galaxy 2, an opportunity here tonight, plus at San Antonio on the 30th, at Loudoun United FC, that's on the 6th of August. New Mexico United was just above them in the Western Conference. Charleston Battery comes this way, and then up the coast to take on Frank Yallop's Monterey Bay FC on the 27th of August.
Yeah, some big games against some Eastern Conference opponents, so a chance to take a break from the pace and the 6-point swings out west and kind of get ready and test their wares. A good test of perhaps mental strength away from home, but we'll see if we see this young man. Of course, Callum Johnson, one of the recent draft picks by the senior team in the MLS Super Draft, selected, of course, number 42 last year out of the reigning NCAA champions, Clemson Tigers. He's been a breath of fresh air. Of course, we've seen some changes without Liam Doyle in the lineup. No Hamza Berry tonight, so perhaps the opportunity will afford itself for the Galaxy 2 rookie.
Bring the kids out. Everybody's having a good
Why
time
not?
here at Dignity Health Sports Park. Opportunities, well, I think in terms of the first half, Christian, I think for Galaxy 2, during the run of play, they were the better team. Possession-wise, they were the better team. They, in my opinion, could have been a little bit more ruthless. In other words, a little bit more direct. Once they got in around that offensive third, go to goal, get your opportunity on net. Shuttler was not tested enough for the way they played in the first half. On the opposite side of things, you look at Orange County and you say, hey, listen, we weathered the storm here. Yeah, we picked up 4 yellow cards, but we've weathered the storm. We got the equalizer. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves coming into the second half.
Yeah, they're going to be the ones that were on the ascendancy, and halftime came a little too soon for this team, and credit where credit is due. Yes, the Galaxy did have a lion's share of possession, about 2/3 of it here in the first half, but they got away, I think, from what they did so well in about the first quarter of an hour, finding those balls in, playing at a rapid clip, and namely getting Johnny Perez on the ball that led to so much success early on. I'm sure that might be one of the topics addressed by head coach Yohan DeMay during his halftime team talk. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin for Richard Chaplow, he'll be looking to go from strength to strength, and it looks as though we may see a switch here for the men down the 405 as Seth Kasipli is getting some instructions from his head coach, so perhaps a shakeup in the center of midfield from the established USL Championship veteran. And this perhaps is a good move, as we saw Tony Rocha booked in the first half, one of 4 yellow cards for Orange County SC. He's carrying a booking, came dangerously close to being sent off after that challenge in the center of midfield. So Kasipli on, a real smooth operator who can operate both in central as well as wide areas, primarily on the left-hand side.
Second half is about to get underway here. Dylan Powers has a little discussion with our referee. We are moments away from the start of the second 45.
No changes for Yohan DeMay and LA Galaxy 2 here at the break.
It was an entertaining first half. It was a physical first half. We don't expect anything different here in the second half of this one. Ilowski's able to play it back. Skendi is there. He'll knock it long into the Galaxy defense. Drack with the clearance over the far side touch and a throw-in.
We'll see how Kasipli integrates himself into this approach. Played his college ball up north for Kevin Grimes at Cal.
Here's Ilowski now on that left foot. He'll fire towards goal. He scores! And Orange County right off the kickoff, 30 seconds into the second half, takes a 2-1 lead on LA Galaxy 2.
This is an absolute howitzer from a player in blistering form. Milan Ilowski not closed down, the defense too deep, and about 22 yards away. An absolute ripper, 13 goals on the season. Second top goal scorer. He is in very fine form. What a hit.
Doesn't matter how you look out there. It only matters what that scoreboard reads. And right now, it's Orange County on top. 2-1, a stunner right off the start of the second half. Both goals to start halves have come rather early. This one just seconds in. Galaxy 2 will work the right side now as Perez will have it. He's got Gonzalez with him, knocks it back towards center. Davila squared across. Drac, and back it goes to Jalen Neal. That was exactly
You couldn't
what the
script,
manager. Yep,
you
Richard
couldn't-
Chaplow said in the locker room, let's go get that goal early on.
Yeah, put it on Iloski's sweet left foot. Iloski's, of course, one of the more established soccer families. And of Escondido, brother Brian playing for the team. Eric, of course, involved in the professional ranks. All three going to UCLA.
Here comes Orange County again. Another shot towards goal. Saved by Lopez this time as he pushes it over the end line. Corner kick, and suddenly a little spring in their step for the man in orange.
Yes, indeed. I'm really feeling it. They've gone from strength to strength. They've taken it right down the throat of Galaxy 2. A really caught shell shot. Good hit there from Hoffman, who was afforded the space. He took it. Summoning the save out of Lopez, who really hasn't been too busy tonight in between the sticks for LA. But getting some work here early on in the second.
He had no chance on the Iloski goal. That kissed the inside of the post and in. Here's the corner kick. On top of the six it goes. Knocked away by Jalen Neal. Hoffman is there. He's on a yellow card. Kasipli into the area. Iloski's header towards goal. Spilled by Lopez that time around. They score! And Galaxy 2 in all sorts of trouble now. 3 minutes into the second half, they conceded 2 goals, and Orange County Soccer Club has taken a 3-1 lead.
They will celebrate, and unfortunately Lopez just spills it. It's a big goalkeeper error no matter how you chalk it up, and there is Skendi, who's forward from that corner kick, able to tidy up first to react. Albie Skendi now with 3 goals on the campaign, and the Galaxy absolutely shell-shocked here in the second half.
A lot of work to do after what you might have felt pretty good about going into the locker room. It is now 3-1 in favor of Orange County Soccer Club, and both the goals that have come out in the second half have been deserved. In fact, 3 unanswered goals now on the side of the visiting club.
And that one more down to individual error, and I'm sure Lopez will look back at the game reel and really be disappointed with himself. Really can't afford to spill inside the 6-yard box with players lurking about as such after the corner kick. Another observation we should make also is the Galaxy were able to spray it out so well. Igniting that attack from the back was Taylor Davila, and such good distribution. We've seen Orange County able to close that overload on him, whether it's Peterson, whether it's Powers, creating a 2v1. It's been difficult on that first initial ball played out from Davila, something we saw a lot of on success for the Galaxy in the first 15 minutes, but the adjustments made by OCSC really to be acknowledged and applauded.
Here's Dylan Powers. Villanueva able to play this on forward. Iloski is there. So be cleared out by Carlos Harvey, and a throw in. Powers works away from Perez. Again, Iloski. Onto his right foot, he bends it towards the backside of the area. Dunbar on the first header. It'll come on down to Drac. Davila this time. Tight quarters as Galaxy 2 tries to work out of their own penalty area, and the turnover comes. Good work on the part of Orange County. Iloski again. He shoots towards goal, and it's just wide of the far post. And the shots are coming fast and furious now for Orange County, something that wasn't happening in the first 45 minutes.
And this is a real good approach here from Orange County SC, because the team that comes out with 2 goals in the first few minutes in the second half, you would think they would sit back and kind of rest on their laurels, absorb the pressure, and play more defensively. They're going for the jugular here, looking for that knockout blow.
Powers again on possession, knocks it on in, cleared out by Harvey.
Galaxy have to sort themselves out here.
Iloski, Villanueva on the left side, bends it towards the back post, knocked away by Drac. Galaxy 2 right now on their heels. Hoffman. Back out on the wing, Partita, and out of play, touched last by Dunbar. This will be a throw-in for Orange County.
A tremendous test of character here for Los Angeles. How will they react? Heads were down. Something you can't afford at this level.
Well, they need to get themselves back into this game. Orozco, Villanueva. Powers once again. It's quite a pep talk they had in their own locker room. Orange County. Skendi.
Whatever Chaplow said, I'm sure you probably want to bottle it and use it throughout the rest of the season, especially considering the way things have gone this year. This is an Orange County team that hadn't scored in the previous 2 games. They've exploded here for 3 tonight.
Powers. You'll find Skendi again defensively. Watch there by Cabral. Right side to go. Knocked long into the Galaxy midfield this time around. Torres goes down, no foul. And Galaxy 2 will have it. Drac back to Jalen Neal.
It's almost knows that 2-goal cushion is ignited the confidence as you would expect here, but more of an aggressive defensive posture out of possession from Orange County SC, realizing that they can pin the Galaxy in and make it difficult to play out. We're not just seeing it when Davila gets the ball and it's the Orange County midfield collapsing. We're seeing it, applied to Carlos Harvey, applied to Jalen Neal.
Well, Orange County kind of grew into the match in terms of their defensive pressure on the Galaxy ball possessor. And now they've done a better job here in the second half in their defensive posture.
It's been a real mature performance to be applauded by Richard Chaplow. They didn't get their heads down. Sucker punch 3.5 minutes in. Frankly, just asleep at the wheel on that Judd goal, but they have just rallied back. 3 unanswered. What a start here in the second half to turn this game on its head, which was so entertaining in the first 45. Really fun to watch.
Villanueva, he'll get the foul here. Foul against Owen Lamb, a good free kick opportunity for Orange County.
You watch this, first 8 minutes or so into the second half, Joe, and you think Orange County was the team that had 67% of the possession in the first half.
Well, it certainly has been, as you said, turned on its head. It's been flipped around completely. Peterson will take the free kick here. Everyone lined up at the top of the 18. It's Benton towards the spot. Harvey able to clear it out. Judd will settle it. Being pressed there by Powers. This is a good job of winning this one and winning the foul and a free kick. Preston Judd needs to be careful.
His experience from Dylan Powers, all those years with Colorado, just shoulders off, lets it run out of play, uses his body.
They got the free kick out of it.
Sustained pressure, sustained possession here we're seeing in the second half.
Orozco sends into the Galaxy penalty area. It'll come on through. Skendi gets away from Lamb, gets this cross away. Lopez able to pull this one down. Drac this time. Neal.
And substitutes being readied here for Yohan Demay. Seen enough after the shaky start. And believe really a team that's in need of a change. A reckless challenge here from Remy Cabral. Left that boot out very, very high on Hoffman.
Just a shocking start here to the second half. Credit to Orange County, but the response from Galaxy 2 has been a little of a head scratcher to this point.
Absolutely waylaid.
This will be cleared to the top of the area. The shot towards goal is out of play. Off the foot of Kasipel.
He's got that in his locker. Seth Kasipel able to take it fully on the volley. But yeah, you're right, Joe. Something's got to change here for LA Galaxy 2. Just need a freshening up team that got their heads down after that wonder goal from Milan Olaski. With their heads down, it was Skendi able to pounce on that goalkeeping mistake from Eric Lopez.
Here's Gonzalez now. Tries to get this one over to Drac. Davila is there. He'll switch it on towards the near side, looking for Perez. Villanueva does well and clears it on out.
That's better, and that's what the Galaxy need to get back to. Put those fullbacks under pressure, find some space in behind. It's going to be a lot tougher here sitting on that 2-goal cushion. Find that space.
Here's Owen Lamb. Harvey squares that on over to Jalen Neal. Better movement defensively, better posture defensively from Orange County.
Yeah, better shape.
Yep.
And of really dropping into a 4-5-1 with Kubo Torres up on an island by himself. At times dropping into a back 5.
Drac on the left. Again, Davila. Nowhere to go. He has to knock it back out. Drac all the way back to midfield. Here's Harvey. It looks like Yohan DeMay is readying 4 players to come on here. Gonzalez onto the near side. Perez. Good inside-out run here from Owen Lamb. Perez by himself on the wing. Watched by Villanueva. Out to Lamb. Into Gonzalez, side of the area now. 2 defenders around him. Perez now onto his right foot. Side of the 6, still with it. And one extra touch. Finds the touch line and out of play. Goal kick.
I think you put it perfectly, Joe. 1 touch too many. And really put an end to a brilliant sequence here from both Gonzalez and Johnny Perez. Slithers around one, slips past his marker. That's where he needed to square it, right there. Took that extra touch and put himself into a position where the defender could close him down.
Here's Villanueva. Orozco. Again, Powers. Better defensively from Galaxy 2, now trying to hold them in. Dunbar a little bit late to the party as Peterson's able to clear it on out. Partida. Powers again, switches it on to the left side. Villanueva will run this one down. Galaxy have numbers back. Owen Lamb turned a bit. Here's the shot by Villanueva. Way wide and a goal kick. The substitutions are coming for Galaxy 2.
It's going to be a quadruple change. It's good movement here. Ball played out of the back, and Villanueva puts it on that right foot. Why not have a pop? Drags it wide, so Dante Campbell comes in. We'll see Adam Saldana as well as Callum Johnson and Duhaney Williams. And off comes Adrian Gonzalez, Taylor Davila. Also Carlos Harvey. So wholesale changes for Yohan DeMay.
That was good work on the part of Davila.
And credit to Richard Chaplow, who countered nicely by doubling up on Davila, who is sitting in front of that back 4. Remy Cabral, the other player coming off, as Duhaney Williams will come into an attacking role, playing just alongside Preston Judd. Galaxy need goals. Jamaican-born attacker out of Loyola Marymount University can provide a lot of that physical prowess and that pace and powerful running.
This time around, Galaxy 2 have a hard time building out of the back. Villanueva again on possession. Watch there by Saldana. Here's the cross into the area. Comes loose at the spot, and Torres was hovering around there. Kasipli finds Powers again. Villanueva sends towards goal, and Lopez will collect. 61st minute now as we entered into. Saldana. Not a good ball back to him.
So retooling in the center of midfield. We'll see Saldana plays that deep lying role. Player coming back from long-term injury, broken ankle in the offseason just before the start of training camp. Has that MLS pedigree, real smooth operator.
It's been a throw in for Galaxy 2. Not enough touches for Preston Judd here tonight.
He's kind of faded out of the picture and hasn't gotten the necessary service.
Credit there to Orange County. It's been since the start. The first 15 minutes belong to them completely.
And they've seized control here. And now the chess move made by Yohan Demay, using 4 of his 5 substitutions in just one moment. Why not when you're down 2 goals at home and been shell-shocked with 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes at the start of the second half in a game that, quite frankly, you were the better team throughout a good chunk of the first half. Something had to be changed, so we'll see how it affects the system. Still with Perez out wide and Dunbar operating on the left-hand side.
Here's Orozco. A lot of time and space for him. He'll find Torres. Good job by Neal. Able to break that one up. However, Kasipli comes out with possession now for Orange County. He'll bomb it forward. Looking for Iloski. Campbell is there defensively. Has to play it. Able to play it out the near side of the Lamb. Nobody available to him. He has to go back. And back to the goalkeeper it goes Lopez. Jalen Neal this time around. Callum Johnson, he got his first goal, his first professional goal last game, I believe, at Colorado Springs. This will come out of play over the near side. Oh, kept inside by Campbell. And we'll see here what the response is going to be. It needs to happen quickly for Galaxy 2 to get into this one. Onto the left side it goes to Dunbar. Drac has been held in now in the second half. That space that was available in the first half is gone.
Absolutely. They tweaked that setup here for Orange County. Space that was presenting itself, and Drac did such a good job of attacking it. It has not been made available.
Again, Drac, this time Neal. Campbell. Back out it goes. And now Galaxy 2 under some pressure inside that middle third. A lot of one-time passing to try to find some space and time, but it's had them go all the way back to their keeper in Lopez, and he's able to play it towards the near side for Campbell, who just dumps into midfield.
And Campbell not an out-and-out center half, actually more acquainted with playing in a right back's role or even in the right-hand side of midfield, so being asked to play a new position tonight. That's the situation when you find your captain, Liam Doyle, out with suspension. He's trying to find a foothold. The first time I'm sure that Gamble has partnered Jalen Neal in the heart of that defense, so things a little threadbare for Yohan Demay right now, trying to claw back from 2 goals down with that less than full strength at the back.
Skendi able to get on forward. You'll find Powers. Kasipli onto the right side here. Hoffman puts on the brakes for a moment that is.
They're just bossing it right now, Orange County. Make no mistake.
Switch the uniforms. That's basically what's happened here. And they've been better offensively. They've connected.
Yep, Galaxy left to chase. Really need to get a sense of possession, get a foot on the ball.
Orlovsky onto his right foot and has a go at goal. Over the bar and out of play. Goal kick. He's able to create space for himself, Orlovsky. In and around that 25-yard distance from goal, and he's got a lot of confidence.
He does have a lot of confidence, and that's his comfort zone, right in between the lines, that pocket underneath Kubo Torres. We saw early on the first half, he can hit them from that distance. He's got the power, 2-footed player. He's a bag of tricks, and really presents a defensive conundrum for any opposing defender.
Lamb, not enough. One out of play.
That looked to be in from our vantage point. Remember, the whole ball has to be out.
Be a throw in here for Orange County.
What a difference in halves, though, Joe. It was lively, entertaining. The Galaxy starting with confidence, just oozing out of them on the front foot, playing some quick, real attractive stuff. Gotten away from it.
Orange County's made some very nice adjustments.
Yeah.
All that space Galaxy 2 had in the first half, and the way they were able to break out that press or the quartering off of the field on the part of Orange County in the first half, that's all disappeared here in the second half. So the work that was done in the locker room, Richard Chaplow, hats off to him.
Yeah, and I thought they came out wrong. I thought they came out sluggish, Orange County. We take a look at this one here, a little clumsy challenge from Johnny Perez. Villanueva just gets on the wrong side of the Galaxy winger, but they came out slow. They didn't have much movement. Not very lively, lacking energy, but it has changed. Pressed a little higher up, applied the defensive pressure higher up the pitch, made things more difficult in that LA Galaxy to establish their passing game.
Here's Peterson now with the free kick. Knocked towards the spot. It'll come loose inside the 6. Knocked away by Owen Lamb. Another throw in here for Orange County. Villanueva. It's been on the ball a lot. First half and second half. Partida. With a shake away from Duhaney Williams. Kasipli quickly out the right side it goes.
That's an adroit substitution from Richard Chaplow. When you bring in the likes of Kasipli, you can just stabilize things, establish more possession, allow him to bed in. And a positive switch from the Orange County manager.
Hoffman once again squares in. Partida. A little too much touching onto the left side it comes. Villanueva knocks it into the box. Out comes Lopez. He'll collect quickly.
Better, more confident from Lopez. He needs that at this point. And to be honest, in his defense, you don't see a lot of that from Eric Lopez, make those kind of individual errors. Pretty all well-rounded goalkeeper, confident off his line usually, sure-handed.
Wasn't quite a howler, but it happens to the best of them.
That's the position, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't remember all the good you've done, but your worst error comes front and center, and sometimes that's how you're defined. Whereas those mistakes come in midfield, they're higher at the pitch.
There's more time to recover.
Yeah, exactly. You can't afford to make those kind of errors. Everything under the microscope, such a difficult position. Almost a thankless role sometimes.
Owen Lamb, good ball here. Perez gets that cross away, back post, knocked down in front. Again, Judd, this time over the bar and out of play. Couldn't settle it.
Oh,
goal kick.
My goodness, Preston Judd, a player on this form, you would have bet the house he's going to bury this and make it a one-goal game. Another great delivery, first time hit from Perez, nicely knocked down from Williams, and just to react just a step too late, 1 second, gets underneath it and sends it skyward. Preston Judd will want to have that one back.
Here's Skendi.
Real chance.
Good pressure here by Galaxy 2. They'll get it on back. Williams knocked off the ball. Actually, the foul against Galaxy 2. Well, was it flipped the other way? It is.
Yeah, it ain't.
Quickly the restart. No, that's whistled down, and we'll do it again.
Referee's going to sort this out. Sean Okoli's going to come in and replace Kubo Torres, like for like in the attack. Second substitution.
A little bit more active, though.
This will be
in terms
interesting.
of Okoli.
Yeah, Okoli is a big, strong, traditional center forward. Can hold up play, bring others into it. Now in his second stint with the club. Doesn't score a ton of goals. And what they lose is perhaps in guile and technical ability. They get power and strength. And big Sean Ugo Okoli.
And that goal by Torres kind of saved Orange County in the first half as everything was tilting Galaxy 2's way. They got that goal, they built some confidence, and they found their way into this match, and in the second half have taken control completely. Free kick here for Galaxy 2, though. Preston Judd fires away towards goal, over the bar and out.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. That goal coming against the run and play from Kubo Torres, who was set up so brilliantly from Milan Iloski. They had a hand in 2 of the 3 this evening. The signing he's proven to be. Spent some time when the Real Salt Lake set up at the MLS level, and as well as USL Championship with Real Monarchs SLC.
Jalen Neal does well to just clear this one out. It'll be a throw-in. Hey, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+, the home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. 3-1 in favor of Orange County here. Campbell knocking this one long, trying to find Preston Judd. He gets a piece of this one. Skendi back to his goalkeeper. Shuttler hasn't had much to do in the second half at all. Villanueva, ahead it comes to Alaski. Good first touch, able to run onto it. Able to find more space here, onto his right foot, fires away, and he scores! His second goal of the game. It is 4-1 in favor of Orange County Soccer Club.
What a comeback and what a player. He deserves to take a seat. Milan Ilaski frees himself up with a brilliant touch. Wrong foots Dante Campbell, who's sent to the floor, puts it on that right foot. No chance for Eric Lopez. The brace complete, and Milan Ilaski, for the third time this season, bags a brace and brings his total up to 14 goals. What a second half and a 3-goal explosion for Orange County SC, who have turned this 405 derby straight on its head.
A massive sig alert going on if you're our LA Galaxy too. There's a little shock and awe going on as well, because the way this match started out, the way the majority of the first half went, you did not expect this at all from the visiting club Orange County. To their credit, they have flipped the script completely and added to it. Here's Campbell.
And the Galaxy haven't had that response in the second half. And young teams sometimes get their heads down. The goal came at the perfect time for Orange County from the outset of the second half. Preston Judd getting a look here, but really hasn't found much joy.
This will be a foul and a free kick.
This is where experience plays a massive role. A lot of these Orange County players have been there and done it. You talked about it, the experience they've had at the top flight, whether it's in Mexico or Major League Soccer.
Sure.
It's really shined through, I think, tonight. It's been a mature, composed performance in which they were really saw their character put to the test in a speedier Galaxy team that had more energy from the get-go. But they slowed the game down, plugged those lanes, kept their shape a little bit better, came out a little more proactively defensively, and just seized control of this game.
They didn't panic. Partida, a lot of space and time for him.
That's another thing, too, we're not seeing from the Galaxy. It was so effective early on, that high press. Befuddled these Orange County defenders from the get-go. Now plenty of time and space and room to operate.
Villanueva into Partida. Powers, and the Galaxy press is broken as this one will come on forward. Okoli on the right side, it'll go. Peterson able to push it forward. Hoffman is there. Dunbar back defending. Again, Powers. A lot of space here for him. Villanueva knocks this one into the area. Neal with the clearance. Iloski. Partida keeps it alive, plays it on through. Lopez able to pick up.
In these types of situations, Joe, when you see a game turn like this, you look for leaders. And I think that's what Galaxy 2 really need right now, someone to step into that role. You would normally see it from the likes of a Liam Doyle with his experience, but something the Galaxy perhaps lacking just a bit right now. Such a young group.
Well, what they were doing so well in the first half, the players that were winning things for them and keeping things in their favor were the midfielders that are all on the bench now.
Yeah. And a midfield that was being outplayed and needed a change. And we'll see the fifth and final another substitution, excuse me, for Orange County. Dylan Powers, well deserved. Underrated role tonight. Closed down, made life difficult for Davila. Same situations when the substitutions were made. Off he comes another experienced campaigner in Brent Richards. He's kind of become a Swiss Army knife later in his career. Played a little bit more higher earlier on the outset, whether it be with Portland. Featured it right back, and now will come in once again into a more withdrawn role to replace Dylan Powers.
Had a good game, Dylan Powers.
Yeah, he did. Big signing for him, just acquired actually at the end of last month, coming back from his stint in Scotland.
Just the right amount of physical.
You need that.
Here's Drac.
Old-fashioned number 6, able to get stuck in.
Kasipli still on possession. Got through all of that. Saldana will get it back to his goalkeeper, Lopez. He'll find it. Has to play it on to the near side here. Campbell into space. Callum Johnson playing ahead. This one for Judd. This looks promising. Judd working on his defender, Skendi, who got the better of that battle.
Yeah, well defended by Skendi, but a good approach play. Callum Johnson quickly releasing, playing quicker.
Offside here against Orange County. In possession back to Galaxy 2.
Plays to the strengths of a Preston Judd. We know how he can run those channels on that direct ball as well, right up the guts from Callum Johnson.
Again, Johnson. Neal. Saldana this time, working his way back into fitness.
Yeah, Joe, I'm sitting here thinking how different this game could have been. Prior to that last Olowski goal, had Judd taken that chance, it presented itself on the 6, and we could have been looking really at a tight grandstand finish.
Here's Perez towards the back post. And too much on that one. It'll be a goal kick.
Just overhit it for Duhaney Williams. Nobody home.
Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, plus hear live matches from the USL MLS English Premier League and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app.
And you might even get a guest appearance on Counterattack from the one and only Joe Totino.
Once in a blue moon.
Well, at least somebody wants to talk to us.
That's right. Here's Olowski ahead. It goes Drew Okoli looking for number 5, and it is 5-1 in favor of Orange County Soccer Club over LA Galaxy 2. What a turn of events, and what a second half here for the visiting club.
They are tearing LA Galaxy 2 limb from limb. And who else but Olowski pulling the strings. Beautifully weighted and well-taken run by Sean Okoli, who ends a goal-scoring drought. His first goal since early May, ending a run of 12 without finding the back of the net. Orange County SC, what a second half. They have checked each and every box.
And those checks have gone beyond the boxes. There's some more out there. You got to add some boxes to fill the checks. This second half has been a clinic.
Olowski involved in 3 of the 5. Second assist on the night. Make it 4 of the 5 from Olowski. Score of 2 and 2 assists.
It looks like Tommy McCabe and Brian Olowski about to come on. This is a good ball ahead. Offside flag goes up, though.
And that'll be the case. So it'll be Brian coming on for his little brother Milan in the center of the park. Brian Olowski making his season debut for OCSC. And Milan Olowski gets a well-deserved round of applause. And it'll be McCabe coming on, Partita off. Olowski, kind of a similar player to his brother, can play a little bit deeper, but in that number 10 role.
You remember what we talked about at halftime? 4 yellow cards for Orange County. They have not picked up 1 yellow here in the second half, the way things have changed. And the way they have gone about changing the way they play also. It was a very physical first half. Second half, they decided, you know what, we want the ball and we're just going to attack. That's exactly what's happened. They've scored 4 goals in the second half, 5 goals unanswered in this match. Johnson with the long ball down the middle of the park, trying to find Preston Judd. Second ball coming on back. to Haley Williams. Again to Judd on the right side. Plays it back on through to the top of the 6, just a bit too far. And it'll be cleared by Peterson.
Better football, though, from LA Galaxy 2. Williams dropping in that central role, showing nicely and releasing Judd, who hits it first time. He did everything right, just overcooked that cross a little bit.
McCabe able to play that one forward on that last sequence. A bit surprising that our far side assistant kept the flag down. Ilosky was well offside there and allowed for a one-on-none with the goalkeeper to develop.
Well, if you ever want to break a 4-match winless run, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Orange County. And if you're an OCSC supporter, got 4 games without a win. Team that's gone through upheaval, as we mentioned, in the off-season, player exodus. It's been almost a hangover after winning it all last year with this new group. Ronaldo Damu moving on to Europe, losing the likes of Chris Weehan, Kevin Alston, Nathan Smith as well. Perhaps this is that galvanizing moment when they can make a run and charge up the table. There's plenty of time to do it.
If you're Galaxy 2, you got to wrap your brain around a very good start. Everything that you would have asked for outside of maybe capitalizing on goal scoring opportunities in the first 45 minutes and then do a complete about face in the second half and unravel.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. And you wouldn't have put it past the Galaxy. You know, they scored about 13 goals in their last 4 or 5 games. And it kept at bay. Just a couple of shots that have been on target, including that goal early on from Judd.
Judd able to turn away from his defenders, finds a little daylight here as he makes his way into the area. Wants the penalty, he's not going to get it, even though there was some contact there. Our referee says no.
Well, he was looking for it.
Yep, and I think he was correct on that call.
He was really looking for it. Preston Judd, who did so brilliantly. Just sweet feet, quick feet here from Preston Judd, who put himself in wonderful position, skins the defender, gets in, and just goes to ground, crumples under the challenge.
And he'll leave the match here.
Yeah, it's time. Freshen things up. Judd visibly frustrated. Another look at it. Campbell slowing the play, fouling the likes of Okoli.
Picasso comes on, who's been used as a sub throughout this season.
Strange old campaign for Axel Picasso. He's featured prominently last year under Junior Gonzalez, is making just his 12th appearance, just 1 start so far. Hasn't played much this season. Has had a problem integrating into the system, slowed by injury early on, and missed the first couple of months of the campaign.
It's been a throw-in for Galaxy 2.
There's no doubt about his ability, and we've seen him put in some really ingenious attacking performances, whether it's wide on the left or on the right-hand side.
On Lamb. He finds Perez now. Has a lot of room here, Johnny Perez. Watched now by Vienna Wave on. His right foot has a go at goal. Scored! Johnny Perez with a goal and an assist on the night as the Galaxy 2 are able to pull one back. But it is still 5-2 in favor of the visitors in the 85th minute.
This is magnificent and deadly all in one. Acres of space for Johnny Perez. You think he's going to drop that shoulder, go left, puts it on his right, and slams it right past Colin Shuttler. What a goal that is. No chance for the keeper. That had pure power behind it. It may be too little too late, but something positive for the Galaxy to hang their hats on.
Owen Lamb able to win this ball. Will be cleared back the other way by McCabe. Okoli made it 5-1 in favor of Orange County. Jalen Neal fortunate to get this ball across. Lamb able to knock it forward. Trying to find Picasso. Back to the goalkeeper it goes. Shuttler, and he'll collect it. 86th minute here.
Just a little bit of a let-off in that space presenting itself down this right-hand side. Kind of familiar theme we saw in the first half an hour. Orange County losing a little concentration.
Ball will find its way to the touchline. A shocking second half, though. Complete shock.
You score first after 3.5 minutes on home soil in a big derby against one of your biggest rivals in USL Championship, and then come out flat in the second half is something that I'm sure it's going to trouble this coaching staff. They'll take a good look at, study some game film. Plenty of time to work on things ahead of that clash next Saturday as they hit the road to San Antonio.
Here's Callum Johnson now. Out the near side it comes to Perez. A little slow in getting that ball away. Now Perez runs out of room and time. Lays it on back to Saldana. Squared on over Jalen Neal. In some trouble here. Two defenders around him. Able to get it away and find track. And they'll build out again.
You get one here, you can make things a little nervous at the end. Probably a bridge too far, but the way things have gone tonight, you wouldn't question anything. Some good distribution here since Johnson's come on. It's been afforded more spaces. Orange County's dropped a little bit deeper.
Perez once again bends it around the far side. Dunbar here, able to take it into the area, gets the squared through towards the spot. To be cleared out, Picasso was waiting. Saldana now, he'll have a go at goal, and this is blocked and out of play. Corner kick.
That's another player that just hasn't found this game tonight. Cameron Dunbar, we haven't heard much from him here in the second half. After some big moments of promise in the first half, finding some space down that left-hand side. But
just more credit to Orange County.
Yeah.
The adjustments they made tightened everything up and tilted everything their way, and they've been efficient offensively. The chances that they've been able to build upon, they have been efficient on in scoring, and that's been the story of the second half.
Yeah, better shape, the adjustment in the shape of this team, and able to recognize that space, too much space was afforded, especially when you look at, you know, racers and roadsters like Cameron Dunbar, Johnny Perez, who are just frankly ripping them apart in the first 15 minutes or so. To recognize that and, you know, find that solidity in those wide areas has been one of the keys to this transformation, this amazing comeback.
Jalen Neal back to his goalkeeper, Eric Lopez. Lifts this one out. Lamb able to flick it forward towards midfield. Again, Neal. Drac will take up this space. Callum Johnson. Ahead it goes to Dunbar. Josh Drac. Picasso this time. Johnson overlapping. Picasso tries to play into Dunbar, a little heavy on that one, although I think Cameron could have done better. Okoli. And here comes the counterattack on the left side, quickly. Pushing on forward. Iloski again. Okoli trying to buy himself some space. Can't, but he gets the pass away. Squared up, and a clean shot at goal by Peterson is blocked. It's going to bend around towards that end line and finally cleared away by Galaxy 2. Hoffman on his right foot has a go at goal. That's blocked.
Hoffman finding some joy here in his central role here after coming in from that right back position. Moved into the center of the park as Richards has come on. He's having a good time out there, taking some touches, looking lively.
90th minute here. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Perez gets away from Villanueva twice. Still has it on his left foot to goal, just beyond that far post. Goal kick.
Wow. He is something, isn't he? Johnny Perez, I'm sure, is going to present a case to Greg Vanny, the LA Galaxy manager, to his inclusion perhaps, as he has sparkled every time he has set foot on a pitch. Played a role in both goals, scoring one tonight, almost had a role to play in a third for LA, but you know, all the positive moments on the front foot on the attack, Johnny Perez has been chiefly involved.
He has been very good on that right side, really has.
A player that they say, what's the old cliche, he gets butts out of seats. He's that really exciting winger. puts opposing defenders on the back foot. Just haven't seen enough of him tonight.
Also, if you look at his shot is one of those heavy shots. It's a heavy ball. It makes it very difficult for goalkeepers to hone in on.
Yeah, he's two-footed too, and he's able to vary his approach, and a testament to his, reading of the game, his intelligence. We saw it on the goal, and he thought, oh, he's going to drop it to that left foot. Open up on the right.
Callum Johnson. He'll find Perez. Picasso, check that, Saldana. Drac this time. About 1:10 to go, unofficially. Perez once again. Plays this one on in, knocked away, kept alive by Drac, might have a clean look, that's blocked. Be a throw in here for Galaxy 2. Less than a minute to go unofficially. Dunbar does well with this, able to play it on forward, the cross, knocked away by Villanueva. Again, Perez. Saldana now for Galaxy 2. Ahead it comes to Callum Johnson. Drac. Picasso in the area. It's the second chance on this ball. Tries to play it to the top, looking for Owen Lamb. Johnson one more time, plays it on back. Campbell. Williams, and out for Perez. About 15 seconds to go. They'll get a corner kick out of it.
Good spell. Too little too late, but positive signs.
So we knocked out the near side. Our referee's seen enough. This has come to an end. And what a turnaround for Orange County Soccer Club, evening things out before the half and then putting out 4 in the second half to put this away, defeating LA Galaxy 2 by a count of 5-2 tonight, Christian.
Joey, if you told me the Galaxy would open up the scoring 3.5 minutes in and they would get the last goal here on home soil, you would think that the home team would have taken all the points, but all credit to Orange County SC. After a half an hour of really struggling with this strong LA Galaxy start, they played their way back into the game. Milan Iloski was absolutely sensational, playing a role in 4 of the 5 goals tonight, scoring 2 himself. This team overcame adversity and got back into this game after a shock start and deserved all 3 points.
Well, for Orange County, the season could have been lost tonight with a loss. The win doesn't necessarily save their season. However, for Galaxy 2, it is a missed opportunity. They came in tonight's game in 6th place. They could have moved up to 4th and with a point out of 3rd place. Unfortunately, they come out on the losing end. For Christian Miles, Joe Titino saying so long from Dignity Health Sports Park. Orange County Soccer Club 5-2 over LA Galaxy 2 tonight. So long, everybody.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They walk just to show up for you.
And remember, legends never die.
Hernandez, winning goal. 90th minute. Alvarez trying and looking the goal. And Brian Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history.
SKC, those are good games. Ball played inside, Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Landon, back to Donovan on his left foot, fires, he scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.